Diablo 4 players are using a 27-year-old strategy to kill the Butcher. While exploring dungeons in Diablo 4, you might encounter the Butcher, a terrifying and hard-to-kill demon boss who's been a staple of the series since the original game in 1997. But if you get lucky, you might be able to easily kill this legendary baddie if he gets stuck behind a locked door. I'd feel bad for the guy, but he's been getting trapped like this for nearly 3 decades now. Released in June, Diablo 4 is the latest entry in Blizzard's popular and long-running demon kill and action RPG franchise. The game offers mostly the same classic looting and dungeon crawling action you'd expect from a Diablo game, with some of the same enemies and classes from past titles returning for this latest entry. Also returning is one of Diablo's most famous bosses, the Butcher. This big demon first appeared way back in 1997 and also showed up in Diablo 3 in 2012. He's a fan of big cleavers, killing adventures and asking for fresh meat. He's scary and has been wrecking Diablo 4 players when he randomly, and rarely, shows up in a dungeon or basement. However, old-school Diablo players might already know his weakness, doors. And it appears not much has changed in 2023. As first reported by Icy Veins, a few Diablo 4 players on Reddit have shared clips of the deadly boss being easily killed after spawning behind a locked door. In this situation, the Butcher can't attack or do damage to the player, but the player can damage the boss through the locked obstacle. Is this cheating? Maybe. But this bastard is tough, so any advantage feels fair. What makes this funnier is that back in the first Diablo, the Butcher was known to commonly get stuck on random bits of terrain or even, like in 2023, get trapped behind doors. And just like today, back then, players would take advantage of the helpless Butcher and beat the demonic shit out of him until he died and spit out some loot. As far as I can tell, there doesn't seem to be a reliable way to force the old Butcher to spawn behind a locked door. But if it happens to you, don't feel bad as you murder him. You're just taking part in an old, time-honored Diablo tradition. Thanks for watching.